9 Mile Road goes through the inner ring suburbs of Detroit to the north, and then it heads further west through some of the more wealthy suburbs. Right behind us is Lake St. Clair, as 9 Mile starts out as a dead-end street in St. Clair Shores east of Jefferson Avenue. St. Clair Shores is a middle-class, blue-collar suburb that has a low crime rate. The schools here are average, however, and the housing stock is older than some of the other suburbs, which makes St. Clair Shores a very affordable place to buy a home. The population here is 59,000, which is down from a 1970 peak population of 88,000. The median household income here is $58,000 per year, while 8% of its residents live in poverty. From this point on until we get through Ferndale, 9 Mile serves as a typical suburban thoroughfare that sees a lot of traffic and for that reason is littered with commercial businesses. On the south side of the road, which is to the left here, however, is South Lake High School, home to the Cavaliers. Eastpointe is now where we are, which has a population of 32,000, which is down from a 1970 peak population of 46,000. The median household income is $46,000 per year, while 17% of the residents are living in poverty. The city used to be called East Detroit until 1992, when the name was changed to Eastpointe. The school district was still called East Detroit Public Schools until 2017, when it was changed to Eastpointe Community Schools. The crime rate in Eastpointe is higher than average, however, as the violent crime rate is 683 for every 100,000 and the property crime rate is 3,268 for every 100,000. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. We are now in Warren, which is Detroit's largest suburb and Michigan's third largest city. Warren is home to 134,000 residents, which is down from a 1970 peak population of 179,000. The median household income here is $47,000 per year, and 20% of the residents live in poverty. The violent crime rate is 509 for every 100,000 residents, and the property crime rate is 2,078 for every 100,000. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. To the left is Lincoln High School, which is the same high school that Eminem attended when he was a teenager. Something also tells me that this high school and neighborhood is full of a bunch of wannabe wangstas and gangstas. We are now in Hazel Park, which is home to 16,000, down from a 1960 peak population of 25,000. The median household income here is $36,000 per year, and the poverty rate is nearly 25%. The crime rates here, however, are lower than average. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. Ferndale is one of the more up-and-coming inner-ring suburbs for Detroit. Real estate has taken off in this city in recent years. Ferndale is home to 20,000 residents, and this past decade the city saw its first population increase since 1960. The median household income here is $66,000 per year. Ferndale is a popular place to go out and get drunk, and it's also seen as Metro Detroit's largest LGBT community. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. Oak Park is home to 29,000 residents, which is down from a 1970 peak of 36,000. However, just like Ferndale, Oak Park saw its first population gain after several decades of population loss. The crime rates in Oak Park are below average, which is also just like Ferndale. The median household income here is $49,000 per year, while 14% of the residents live in poverty. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. In Southfield, things start to look less urban and more suburban after a while. You might have heard me mention this in previous videos, but there are over 100 Fortune 500 companies that have a presence in Southfield. Right now we are coming across the Providence Hospital complex. The tall antenna tower that you see on the right is where the Fox affiliate TV station for the Detroit market is located. Most TV markets have 4 major news stations, one owned by NBC, CBS, ABC, and Fox. The only one of the major 4 broadcast companies that doesn't broadcast out of Southfield for the Detroit TV market is NBC, and that's in downtown Detroit. Nonetheless, Southfield is home to 72,000 residents and has a median household income of $54,000 per year. You might expect that the median household income would be higher, but many of the people that work in the high-end offices in Southfield live in other suburbs. That doesn't mean that Southfield is a bad place to live though, as Southfield is a safe suburb, and if you're not trying to raise a family, you might as well live here if you work here to cut down on the commute time. The only thing weighing Southfield down are the public schools, as they receive a pretty bad grade on most websites that rate schools. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. As you can tell by the surroundings, we're starting to approach a more woodsy area that surrounds the Rouge River. Up ahead, you'll see that I shouldn't have ignored the road construction signs and that I should have followed the detour. We are now in Farmington Hills, the first true upscale suburb that we come across in this video, and from here on out we're going to be going through the cities that consistently rank as the best in Michigan and in the country. Farmington Hills is home to 80,000 residents and the median household income is $81,000 per year. The public schools here perform really high as well. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. We do have to make a few turns here before we get back on track with 9 Mile. We also go in and out of the city limits of Farmington a couple of times. While Farmington is technically a separate city from Farmington Hills, it's mostly referred to as being the same place as Farmington Hills. Many people just call this area Farmington and then refer to the actual Farmington as downtown Farmington. It's not the only Detroit suburb with that sort of debacle. Novi is home to 61,000 people with a median household income of $92,000 per year. The housing stock here is newer than in other nearby suburbs of Farmington Hills, Plymouth, and Northville. Therefore, it has been a more attractive place to buy for the rich mofos. Schools here are some of the best performing in the state as well, and further north, you have easy access to just about any kind of retail store that you can think of. Make sure to drop a like for that amazing insight. Once again, another road closure, so I have to take a detour. There's a running joke in the state of Michigan that there are two seasons, winter and construction.